Hello and welcome to the first edition of the Weekly Wrap. It's great to have you with us on this Thursday, the 3rd of February. I'm Peter Schwing, and here's what's happening. Warner and Universal clear the balance sheet. Twitch playing nice with the labels. What's up with festivals and NFTs? And it's a mad Web3 world. Those stories are coming up, but first, let's take a look back at what happened in this day in music history. All right, in this day, we look back and we honor those who have passed away, born, and some interesting tidbits and things that have happened. So, 1959, and this is one of the most infamous plane crashes, 22-year-old Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, and Richie Valens, at the age of 17, died in a crash shortly after takeoff from Clear Lake, Iowa. The pilot in the single-engine Beechcraft Bonanza plane was also killed. Holly hired the plane after heating problems developed on his tour bus, and he needed to find new transportation. On this day in 2021, singer-songwriter Jim Weatherly died at the age of 77. His notable songs included The Need to Be and Midnight Train to Georgia. Born on this day, 1947, singer-songwriter and guitarist Dave Davies of The Kinks, and Lee Ronaldo, guitarist with Sonic Youth. And on 1977, Puerto Rican singer, songwriter, rapper Daddy Yankee. He's featured on the 2017 single Despacito with Justin Bieber and Louis Fonsi. And in this day in history, 1992, let's go back to their first European tour, Pearl Jam. They played at the Esplanade Club in Southend, England to 300 people. I think around that time I got to see Pearl Jam for about 250 people, and it was $3. This was the band's first ever UK show, and the band also toured Norway, Sweden, Holland, France, Spain, and Italy. In 2008, Adele went to number 1 with her debut album 19. And just this time last year, Taylor Swift was being sued by a U.S. theme park called Evermore, which said the star's latest album had infringed on its trademark by using the same name. The theme park's owner said Swift's Evermore release has caused confusion about whether the two were linked, saying there was a, quote, dramatic departure from typical levels of traffic on its website in the week after the album's release. And that's what happened in this day in history. And I'd like to say hi to everyone viewing the show in our live stream directly on the Music Industry City website or wherever you're tuning in. Feel free to say hi in the chat, and always open for conversation. To stay up to date on this and other commentary, you can check out musicindustrycity.com for more news and events. Now, let's get to it. All right. So the reads, we're going to kick off with Warner and Universal. They are wiping unrecouped balances. Sony began the trend last year of wiping off any unpaid balances for artists signed prior to the year 2000. This enabled these artists to finally earn money from streaming, which they had never been able to do due to unpaid debts to the label. Now comes word that Warner Music and Universal Music will soon follow suit. A statement by Warner Music reads, "We've announced a legacy unrecouped advances program where, for our artists and songwriters who signed to us before 2000 and didn't receive an advance during or after 2000, we won't apply their unrecouped advances to royalty statements for any period beginning July 1st, 2022 or after. The program will also benefit other artist royalty participants such as producers, engineers, mixers, and remixers." Good for them. Universal didn't officially announce similar news. It was reported by Music Business Worldwide, though, that senior sources within the label indicated that the same would happen there within the next few months. All right, moving on over. Twitch. Twitch is playing nice with the labels, finally. Oh, Twitch has been in conflict with the music industry over licensing issues for many years, with many Twitch creators publicly accusing the music business of being responsible for takedown notices. Well, yes, they were. After attracting the NMPA and RIAA's notice, conversations ensued, culminating in what looked to be a vague non-agreement based agreement. Later, Warner completed a direct deal with Twitch, and now Merlin's independent labels may be reaping some benefits as well. According to Digital Music News, Twitch is set to, quote, expand direct communications with Merlin members under this latest partnership, according to the involved company's formal release. Similarly, the promotion-focused pact is poised to, quote, unlock marketing opportunities to the benefit of all and enable Merlin members and artists to, quote, grow their audience bases, per this text. It's good to see Twitch and the industry playing along. It's been very contentious for a couple years as a content creator on Twitch, and also as a musician, somebody in the music industry. You see both sides, and it wasn't seeming like there was going to be any happiness coming around the corner. But this is a good step into the next direction. All right, so now we turn to what's going on in the live music scene, and that's with NFTs. Festivals are buying into the NFT craze. Coachella to auction a lifetime pass NFTs. As part of the series of non-fungible tokens, the Coachella Valley Arts and Music Festival will auction off 10 lifetime passes to the festival as NFTs. Every April, the Coachella Keys collection grants access to the 125,000 person capacity festival in Indio, California. Each of the 10 passes will also include a one-of-a-kind event, such as the greatest views of the Coachella stage, a lifelong safari camping experience, or a dinner made by a professional chef in the Rose Garden. The auction will take place Friday, February 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific time and will run for 1 week. So if you want to get in tomorrow morning, check it out. All right, Coachella, which has collaborated with the cryptocurrency exchange FTX on the project, has stated that a percentage of the earnings will be contributed to Give Directly, Litters Campesinas, and Fine Food Bank, while a royalty will benefit the creators participating. The NFTs will be issued on Solana's blockchain and will be able to be bought, sold, and traded. And hot on the heels of Coachella joining the NFT revolution, Serbia's Exit Festival has signaled its entrance into the metaverse with its own line of NFTs. Exit's first NFT collection is being created in collaboration with, quote, major music stars of today and trading on SolSea platform, which is on the Solana blockchain. The NFTs will be available in the SolSea virtual store in a few weeks. Most of the tokens will be made for use in their multiverse, an exciting and innovative 3D reality, which the festival is involved in the development. And now let's head over to some tech news. Always something going on in the world of tech, and here's what's happened this week. Hit piece. Woo! This is if you were on Twitter 2 days ago, and for the last 48 hours, it's been an interesting ride. Just search hit piece and see what comes up. But I really do love Billboard's the headline of Billboard's article, which states, "Hit piece wanted to make an NFT for every song, only its founders forgot to ask artists first." So check that out on Billboard. If you weren't on Twitter the other day, you missed out on a lot of fireworks. After artists and their teams discovered NFTs of their songs put on the marketplace without their consent, Hit piece provoked fury and concern throughout the music business. The NFTs were offered as, quote, available for auction or live auctions under individual song titles, associated album work, and while they were labeled as music NFTs, no audio appeared to be included. I just went down the rabbit hole. I couldn't look away. It was like, watching a car crash in real time. They, the musicians, people they were saying how did you get my music on your platform? And allegedly, he scraped with the API for Spotify. And where their responses, so Hitpiece was responding saying, well, check with your distributor. And others were saying hey, take my music down. And their answers were DM us and we can talk about it. Things like that. So the verbiage was a little weird and interesting to see how planned this was, how calculated this was. And then, you hear the red flags, and there's a lot of issues with Web3, and is this a black eye to the Web3 community and NFTs and blockchain and everything? When a company has to make a tweet that says something along that said, "We are not a scam, ask us questions," and then delete the tweet, there's some issues there. So with that, they end up then changing and making a post on Twitter saying, "Clearly, we have struck a nerve and are very eager to create the ideal experience for music fans. To be clear, artists get paid when digital goods are sold on HitPiece. Like all beta products, we are continuing to listen to all user feedback and are committed to evolving the product to fit the needs of the artists, labels, and fans alike." Interesting. I mean, people are saying, is this the do first, ask for forgiveness later model that has mixed results in the tech world? They also end up changing servers, and the website was down for a little as this was the propagating. And right now the website reads, "We started the conversation and we're listening." So it's interesting to see what comes of this. If anybody has some thoughts, feel free to jump in the chat. Yes, I see somebody saying, "Oh, there's some BS and everything." It sure seemed like it, but we'll see what's going to happen. We'll keep following this. But sticking with the lawsuit theme, this one with Opulus, the music NFT platform Opulus says it will vigorously defend itself against Lil Yachty lawsuit. In June of last year, Opulus announced a partnership with crypto exchange Binance to develop and sell, quote, exclusive NFTs from musicians, including Lil Yachty and Kyle. Last week, Opulus got in trouble with Lil Yachty for its exclusive NFT announcement. The rapper sued the company in the U.S., saying it utilized his name and likeness without authorization. Opulus founder Lee Parsons revealed to Music Business Worldwide in an interview 2 weeks after the exclusive NFT revelation that his company had recently raised $6.5 million to assist in its expansion. It remains unclear if Opulus raised that amount before or after the exclusive NFTs announcement. Lil Yachty says Opulus used his name, brand, and likeness to raise money. Opulus responded to Lil Yachty's lawsuit on February 2nd and is fighting back. In a statement, they said, contrary to the assertions in the complaint filed by Lil Yachty, Opulus's uses of Lil Yachty's name and likeness were all authorized by Lil Yachty and his representatives. We intend to vigorously defend ourselves against these meritless claims. And in the response to Lil Yachty's lawsuit, the company claims the rapper and his reps authorized Opulus to make the exclusive NFT statement. We're going to keep watching this as it unfolds. All right. Same with some tech. What we like to do here is, because especially on social media, there are so many changes that are going on. I would like to give you little digestible nuggets of some changes. We keep you updated on the changes, like when Instagram makes some new changes, and this one is Twitter. And whoops, that's not the right one. This is the right one. It's new on Twitter. And this one is saying that Twitter Flocks, which is a feature that allows you to reach out to a small group of people, is currently in beta. Flocks allows you to select up to 150 people, with your flock appearing as an option when you tweet. And I can't believe I just read that sentence. So flock, tweet, I mean, where are we now? Because of a marker on the tweet, flock members are then notified that the tweet has only been shared within the group. However, it is currently in beta and there is no time frame for when it will be released. Other features, like you talk about, community, which actually is a little easier to understand. So community is one that recently rolled out for creators on Twitter. And that's more like kind of having maybe a miniaturized Facebook group. So that's a lot of little things going on, and Twitter Spaces is really taking off. I mean, if there's a lot of conversation going on with Web3, NFTs, all that, you can find them in Twitter Spaces, which we do. I host one every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be here on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern doing the weekly wrap. Anytime, we're also going to be bringing in guest commentators. So if you want to be a guest on the show, if there's a topic that you'd like to discuss, feel free to hit me up. All right, with that, let's talk about musical chairs. So we'll also give some shout outs to people making big moves. Emily Bynes was promoted to Vice President Creative at Cobalt. Petra Karesha named Executive Director of the European Music Managers Alliance. She will replace outgoing Executive Director Yvonne Southball, who took on the role in 2021. And you can't leave out Downtown. Downtown has been making a lot of moves and promotions recently. Claire Jacobs has now been named Downtown's Vice President of International Legal and Business Affairs, and Amber Charania, also at Downtown, has been promoted to Director of Legal and Business Affairs. All right, congratulations to everybody for those promotions. Well deserved. And what's going on with Music Industry City? We like to wrap up with a little bit of our local community news here at musicindustrycity.com. We'd like to welcome many of our new subscribers to the city: Ken Coleman, Dmitry Kovachev, Jolie Maxwell, Emawani, Nikki Brian, and Katie Linda Kisa. I'm not going to try to say that one 5 times really fast. So make sure to check out our event next Tuesday, which we'll be hosting in the Metaverse. We're going to be talking about kind of onboarding onto Web3 and NFTs. We aren't going to do a deep dive. We want to be able to say, here, this is what's happening. These are the things that you need to pay attention to. This is what you need to look out for. So it's more of a 101 introduction, and we're going to be doing that in the Music Industry City Metaverse, which you can go check out at musicindustrycity.com. Just click on the Metaverse and see what we're building there. So it's a real cool graphic, real cool world that's building. So that's going to wrap up, and we're going to just kind of finish up here. And thank you for everybody checking out. This was the first broadcast on LinkedIn Live. I've done some others, but this is the first broadcast with the weekly wrap. And that's going to do it for this weekly wrap on this Thursday from New York. Thank you all again for tuning in. I hope to get to see you again next week. I'm Peter Schwing, and have a rockin' day.